In recent years, veganism has become more than just a dietary choice. It's evolved into a full-fledged ideological movement. What started as a way to improve personal health has expanded into a global mission focused on animal rights, environmental sustainability, and ethical living. This transformation raises an important question. How did veganism shift from health-focused to ethically driven, and why does this matter for our future? Veganism, in its early days, was primarily embraced for health reasons. People adopted plant-based diets to manage weight, lower cholesterol, and prevent chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes. During the 1970s and 1980s, health experts began promoting plant-based eating as a way to improve heart health and extend life expectancy. Books like the China Study argued that animal products contributed to diseases, while plant-based foods offered the key to longevity. Back then, veganism was about personal health, helping people feel better, live longer, and improve digestion. While some early vegans had ethical concerns about animal treatment, the mainstream appeal was rooted in health benefits, making veganism a personal journey rather than a moral stance. However, as time went on, the conversation around veganism began to evolve. By the early 2000s, animal rights took center stage, marking a shift from health-based motivations to a broader ethical focus. Documentaries like Earthlings and Forks Over Knives exposed the harsh realities of factory farming, revealing the inhumane conditions in which animals were raised for food. This sparked a deeper moral shift within the vegan community. Veganism became a moral crusade, not just a dietary choice. It wasn't just about personal well-being anymore. It was about reducing animal suffering and fighting against industries seen as cruel and unnecessary. Activism became a core element of the movement, with organizations like PETA and Mercy for Animals using campaigns to raise awareness and encourage people to go vegan as an act of compassion. The moral argument for veganism gained traction, and it spread beyond food, influencing consumer choices like cruelty-free cosmetics and ethical fashion. In addition to animal rights, environmental concerns became a driving force behind veganism. With climate change on the rise, veganism was increasingly seen as a solution to global warming, deforestation, and resource depletion. Livestock farming, particularly industrial-scale operations, was linked to high levels of greenhouse gas emissions, excessive water use, and land degradation. Studies suggested that switching to plant-based diets could reduce individual carbon footprints more effectively than eco-friendly practices like driving less or recycling. Documentaries like Cowspiracy painted a grim picture of animal agriculture as one of the leading contributors to environmental destruction. The message was clear. To save the planet, people needed to stop eating meat and dairy. This environmental push further shifted veganism away from personal health to collective responsibility for the planet's future. As veganism transitioned from a health-based movement to an ethical and environmental one, its identity began to take on new dimensions. It was no longer just a way of eating, it became a lifestyle. Veganism was redefined as a moral commitment to protecting animals and the planet. Vegans began avoiding not only animal-based foods, but also goods and services that exploited animals, such as clothing, entertainment, and beauty products. For many, being vegan wasn't just about food. It was about aligning with a philosophy of minimal harm. The movement attracted people who were not just making healthier food choices, but actively seeking to make the world a better place. This new focus on ethics gave rise to a sense of moral superiority, with some vegans viewing non-vegan lifestyles as ethically flawed. As veganism embraced ethics over health, it became about more than just dietary preferences. It was about advocating for systemic change in society's treatment of animals and the environment. However, as veganism expanded into an ideological movement, some individuals began questioning whether the diet was truly the best option for everyone's health. While the ethical arguments grew louder, the individual health aspects started to take a back seat. Many ex-vegans have shared stories of struggling with health issues after years on a plant-based diet. Issues like fatigue, nutrient deficiencies, and digestive problems became common complaints. People found it difficult to get enough vitamin B12, iron, omega-3 fatty acids, and other nutrients from a purely plant-based diet. This growing concern has led some to wonder whether the focus on ethics had overshadowed personal well-being. The tension between personal health and the movement's broader goals became more apparent, with many ex-vegans questioning if their health was being sacrificed for the sake of an ideological commitment. Today, veganism is much more than a diet. It's a full-fledged ideological movement, with a mission to protect animals, fight environmental destruction, and challenge industries that cause harm. This shift from personal health to ethics has reshaped what it means to be vegan. For many, veganism is no longer just about making healthier food choices, but is now a moral commitment to a better world. This evolution reflects broader societal concerns about how we treat animals and manage the planet's resources. However, it also highlights the complex relationship between individual health and collective ethics. As veganism has grown, the focus has increasingly been on a larger moral and environmental agenda, with personal health sometimes taking a back seat. The future of veganism, however, is uncertain. While the ethical and environmental aspects of veganism have gained widespread attention, questions remain about how to balance these ideals with the individual needs of people who may struggle with a plant-based diet. The movement's success will depend on its ability to reconcile ethical principles with the personal health challenges faced by many who try to adopt the lifestyle. Finding a balance between advocating for a sustainable and ethical food system while still considering individual well-being will be essential for the future of veganism. As veganism continues to evolve, it's becoming clear that it's no longer just a diet, but a belief system. For many, veganism is about aligning with a set of principles that go beyond personal health and extend to broader issues like animal rights and environmentalism. While veganism's transformation into an ideological movement has reshaped how we view food, it also raises important questions about how to make ethical eating accessible, sustainable, and healthy for everyone. As the movement progresses, it will need to balance its ethical claims with the real-world health challenges that some individuals face in maintaining a plant-based lifestyle. The future of veganism will depend on how well it can reconcile these two crucial aspects: the moral imperatives that drive the movement and the individual health needs that must be addressed for it to remain a viable option for a broad range of people.